The mountain path was old. It was a narrow track, you know. Stones lay scattered on its surface. The path twisted and turned as it climbed higher up the quiet hill. The sun was starting to set, and it was a big, warm sun, hanging low in the western sky. The sky was changing its colors slowly. Soft hues of orange began to appear, and then shades of pink joined them gently. The world felt calm and very still. It was a beautiful time of day, really. The light from the setting sun was special. It was a golden light, and this light touched everything around. It made the green leaves on the trees shine, and it made the rough stones on the path glow. Even the air seemed to shimmer with gold. Long shadows started to stretch across the land, growing longer with each passing moment. The day was softly saying goodbye. The air was becoming a little cooler, and a gentle wind began to whisper through the tall pine trees. The hills in the distance looked magnificent, painted in strokes of gold and purple. The sun dipped lower behind their peaks, looking like a giant orange ball, slowly disappearing from view. The clouds above caught the last rays of light, looking like soft pieces of cotton candy, tinged with pink and soft gold. The entire scene was like a beautiful painting. Nature was showing its most wonderful art. The warmth of the day was fading, but a different kind of warmth filled the air. It was the warmth of peace, the quiet joy of the ending day. The mountain path seemed to wait. It seemed to hold its breath, waiting for the stars to come out. The sounds of the day were growing softer. Only the gentle rustle of leaves could be heard, and the distant call of a bird. It was a perfect moment of stillness. A young man walked on this golden path. He was walking all alone, moving with a gentle, easy pace. He did not seem to be in any hurry. His steps were light on the stony ground. He looked up at the changing sky, and a small smile played on his lips. He seemed to be part of the peaceful scene. He belonged to these quiet mountains. He was a solitary figure in the vast landscape. He wore simple clothes. A soft white kurta covered his upper body. It was loose and comfortable. He wore blue jeans with it. His clothes were practical for walking. They were not fancy, but they suited him. They suited the simplicity of the mountains. He carried a small backpack on his shoulders. It was not very big, and it looked like it held only a few things. Perhaps a water bottle or a small book. The backpack was light. It did not seem to weigh him down. He walked as if he had no worries. His shoulders were relaxed and his head was held high, observing everything. He seemed to be enjoying his solitary journey. The path ahead was his own to explore. The setting sun was his companion. He was a picture of quiet contentment. He breathed in the fresh mountain air deeply. It was a clean, cool air. His dark hair was a little long, and the gentle breeze played with it. Strands of his hair moved softly across his forehead, but he did not seem to mind. He let the wind do as it pleased. He was at one with the elements around him. He looked like he had walked this path many times before, or perhaps it was his first time. But he looked completely at ease here. This mountain path was a friend to him. As he walked, a soft sound filled the air. The young man was singing. He was singing a Hindi song. The melody was sweet and gentle. It flowed like a small stream. His voice was clear and soft, not loud, but it carried in the stillness. The song seemed to speak of happiness, of peace, and simple joys. It blended perfectly with the quiet evening. His song was a gift to the listening hills around. His happiness was clear to see. It was in the way he walked, in the small smile on his face, and in the light in his eyes. He was happy to be alone. He was happy to be with nature. The song came from his heart. It was a song of pure, simple joy. He did not need anyone else to share this moment. The mountains were his audience. The setting sun was his spotlight. He felt a deep connection to the world. The gentle wind continued its soft dance, whispering through the tall deodar trees, carrying the scent of pine needles. It cooled his face as he walked. The wind seemed to be listening to his song, moving in rhythm with his melody. Far above, birds were flying, making their way home. They flew in graceful patterns against the golden sky. Their distant calls echoed softly in the air, adding their own music to his song. He watched the birds for a moment and saw their freedom in the vast sky. He felt a similar freedom in his own heart. The path ahead was open. The world was beautiful. His song was a celebration of this beauty, a thank you to the setting sun, a greeting to the coming night. He felt no sadness that the day was ending. Instead, he felt a quiet joy. He was present in this perfect moment. Below the mountain path, the valley lay quiet. A soft mist was starting to gather there. It looked like a gentle white blanket. The mist slowly covered the trees and houses below, making the valley look mysterious, almost like a dream world. The golden light of the sun touched the top of the mist, making it glow softly. The world seemed to be sinking into a soft sleep. It was a very peaceful sight to behold. The last rays of the sun painted the scene. Everything was bathed in that magical golden light. The leaves on the trees shimmered, and the distant peaks glowed. Even the air itself seemed golden. It was a fleeting moment. Soon the gold would turn to dusk. But for now, it was perfect. The young man stopped for a moment. He looked out over the valley and took a deep breath, absorbing all the beauty around him. A feeling of deep peace filled him. It was a calm that settled in his heart. The worries of the world seemed far away. Here on this mountain path there was only beauty. There was only the gentle song of nature. There was the quiet joy of being alive. He felt connected to everything. He was a small part of this vast, beautiful world. This feeling was precious. It was a treasure he would carry with him. The moment was emotional and calm. It was a time for quiet reflection. The beauty of nature had a soothing power. It could heal the heart. It could lift the spirit. The young man felt this power deeply. The serene sunset stroll was more than just a walk. It was a journey into peace. It was a reminder of the simple joys in life. As the first star appeared in the darkening sky, he smiled. The day had ended beautifully.